You've only been riding the waves, going with the flow. You're just doing things because you see other people do it. You travel because that's what they're doing and they seem happy with it, so you follow. You follow with the hopes of feeling fulfilled and feeling successful, or at least looking successful. But you know deep down inside of you that you're actually not successful and you feel like you're not enough. Let me give you a little secret. That's actually not a secret, but I feel like you need to hear. You're not successful or you don't feel successful because you don't really know what you want. You yourself is confused, and so your manifestation, I call it prayers, are also confusing. And I genuinely believe that we are all manifesting even without us realizing it. What goes into your head and resonates with your heart will eventually come into your life. What does that mean? Let me give you a clearer picture. I'll share my own personal story. Many of you, I think, don't know that I'm a freelancer. I run my own business. I create content, video content for companies in the US. So, for a while, I thought that the definition of success as a freelancer was to grow into an agency, with a full-time team. Why? Because that's what I see other people around me doing. That's what I see other freelancers are doing. They grew their businesses into agencies, so I did it. But, I found myself so unhappy and unfulfilled and really tired and just not fulfilled. So I had to step back, reevaluate, and I realized that I didn't want an agency. I became a freelancer because I craved for the freedom that it gave me. I didn't start my business because I wanted to boast about me having my own team and my own company, but I started my freelance journey. I chose to go this path because I wanted the lifestyle. I wanted the freedom in time. I wanted the freedom in location. So I scaled down, and guess what? That's when I felt successful again, because for me, success means enjoying what I do and living the lifestyle that I want. So if you're focused on envy, if you're always looking at other people and you're focused on a jealous feeling even without you knowing it, that is what you'll manifest. You get what you put out there. And the only reason you haven't achieved success yet is not because you're not enough, but it's because you haven't defined your own definition of success. So now the question is, how can you be intentional with your success? In my videos, I always make it to a point that everything is actionable, and I want you to leave this video with better clarity. So I'll be giving you guide questions for all the steps, and I want you to answer them. You can write it down in a piece of paper or notebook, or you can click the link in the description. That link will lead you to a page where there's a Notion template where you can answer the questions. So this site I'm using just asks for emails. I promise I don't spam mailboxes. You will only receive updates on materials that are useful for you. So here are steps to being intentional with your success. Number 1, know who you are. This is the most crucial and the most foundational thing that you need to do. So an exercise that helped me get to know who I was is finding my ikigai. So book recommendation, Ikigai. It's a very easy read. So if you can grab a copy of it or a Kindle version of it, go ahead and get that. I want you to come back to who you are and your roots. Who are you? What do you value? What makes you genuinely happy? If money were no object, or if money is not a problem, what would you be doing? What have you been paid for or praised for doing? Number 2, know who you want to become. Knowing who you want to become is more than just your career goals. Of course, that's part of it, but it's more than just that. Who is she? What does she look like? Does she have a good body? And how do you define that? Because all of us have different definitions of a good body, right? Who are her friends? Who does she surround herself with? How does she show up for others? What values does she hold dear? So you can get as detailed as you want. Just have fun with it. Even like little details like how does her day look? Does she wake up reaching for her phone? Or does she wake up reaching for her Bible? Or does she wake up and start her day with exercise or a cup of water? Now also think of her career. Her career should be a reflection of who she is. What career does she have? Hey there, so I'm Anna from the future. I'm currently editing the video. Just a very important note. I want you to look at life like it's a game. That's how I'm looking at life. Look at life as a game. And at this stage, this is where you define your character. You're kind of like making your own avatar. So I want you to have fun with it. I want you to really dig deep in your heart and actually ask yourself, what kind of character, what kind of avatar do you want to have in this game? What kind of person do you want to be in this life? You need to find the balance between not limiting yourself and at the same time not designing a character just because you think that is what the world is expecting you. Just because you think that that is the definition of success in this world. Again, we are defining your own success right now. And that involves defining who you want to become that is true to you and not just because the world says so. Number 3, assume her identity. So this is the part where you start adopting her habits and integrating them slowly into your daily routine. So just an important note, do not overwhelm yourself. Do not try to become her overnight. It's a process. It's not magic. If you try to do too much, it's gonna be overwhelming. So I want you to take it slow. So, action step for step number 3 is go back to your answers in step number 2, and I want you to make a list of the habits that your successful self has. So for example, if she has a good body and you defined what a good body is for you, what are the things in her life that she has that gives her that body? Is it working out? Is it walking every day? Is it swimming? Is it wall climbing? You list it out for yourself. You figure it out for yourself. Again, we are not making a fictional character here, okay? I still want you to be true to who you are. So make a list of her top habits. Make a list of 5 to 10 habits that you think are the most crucial and the most foundational for her. And then we're going to be applying that in the next step. You are already her. She's just waiting for you to align your life to that her. Number 4, identify the external things. So this is where people often jump without doing the prior steps. But external things are just fruits of internal work. So make sure that you prioritize the other steps first, or at least have clarity on them. Questions are, does she travel a lot? What kind of life does she lead? Does she drive a fancy car, or does she prefer something more modest or more humble? Does she live in a mansion, or does she love a cozy and homey space? Again, success looks so different for everyone. So some people will dream of a mansion, but I want a home where my family and I can live comfortably and still see each other every day, that I won't have to go through stairs and walk around just to see my kids, but I just want them all there. I want us to be close together, so I prefer not having a mansion, to be honest. So you define what's enough for you. You define what success looks like for you. Step number 5 is to take action. So this is the part where you build habits. You build habits that would drive you to that version of yourself. So from the list that we made earlier, I want you to select the top 4 key habits that she has. So by the top 4, I mean, what are the habits of hers that you think, that will make the biggest impact in your life right now? So to just give you an idea, or to just give you an example, for me, I selected my top 4 as 1 for mind, 1 for body, 1 for spirit, and then 1 just for the sake of routine. So what I mean by that is what I started to build in my life when I was starting to define who my successful self was. Number 1 is for the body. I built a habit of wanting to always go and move my body. And let me tell you, once I built that habit, it was so hard for me to not even move a day in my life. So, and then the second habit is for my mind. I started to build a habit of reading to the point where I literally feel bad now if I don't read for a long time. And then the third habit is meditation and prayers. specifically reading my Bible in the morning. And the fourth one is my wake up routine. So I was able to build waking up early at some point, but because of the changes in my life, I have to readjust it now and then. And because like most of my clients have a different time zone, so I usually need to stay up a little bit later. Now I want you to apply that to yourself. List out 4 to 5 habits that you think are the most crucial habits that you need to build. And then at the course of 12 months, so 1 year, I want you to choose one habit, just one habit that you're going to be working on in 3 months. Over the course of 3 months, you're only going to be working on building that one habit because it takes 100 days for you to be able to build a habit. And let me tell you, once you've started to integrate that habit in your life, it's going to be so much harder for you to slip back into your old self, and it's going to be so much easier for you to reach that successful self that you just designed, that you just pinpointed. So in a course of 12 months, you're going to be able to build those 4 key habits that you need. And then the process goes all over again of you choosing the habit and building them again. Also, one more important thing is investing in yourself. So now that you know what her lifestyle looks like, now that you know what her career looks like, now that you know what she does, now it's time for you to pick up all the skills that you need to become her. So that may look like studying again, or that may look like investing in a course, or that may look like putting yourself in a job that may not exactly pay well yet, but you know that you're there for the experience and it's gonna give you that ROI really big when the time comes. So you're investing time. So I'll share my own personal experience again just to give you a better idea of how you can invest in yourself. So right now, I'm proud that I have achieved what I set for myself 5 years ago. That is be a theater actress and be in commercials. And I also wanted to be an entrepreneur. I also wanted the freedom in time, the freedom in location. And that's why I became a freelancer. So I had no idea whatsoever when I started my acting career. I did not know anyone in the industry. I had to really find my way through it. The same thing with freelancing, with building my own career and working with foreign clients. I had zero idea what I was doing, but I knew that that's what I wanted, and I was clear that that is what I wanted. So I had to find a way, and that way was investing in my own skills, investing in myself to get me to a position where I can learn things and at the same time I can connect with the right people. And that's when I took workshop classes in theater houses, in theater companies. I took workshop classes in screen acting, and at the same time I took courses in freelancing. That is one really good way that I recommend you to do, is to take a course, invest in a course, because in a course you not only learn the skills, you not only learn what you need to learn, but you also connect with the right people. I did not come from a poor family. I also did not come from a rich family. I'd say we are right at the middle. And all the money that I spent on myself, I did not ask even a dime from my parents. I had to find my own way to enroll in those courses. Because as they say, kung ayaw may dahilan, kung gusto palaging mayroong paraan. So if you really are decided on becoming her, on becoming that successful self, if you're tired of just going with the flow, I know you'll find it in you to find a way to get those courses and to pay for those courses that you need. I know you can, because you've reached this point of the video, and that only says that you actually want to change your life. So I'm rooting for you. So this step is where planning your days, weeks, and months come in. If you want a video on that, just let me know in the comments below. And yeah, that's that. The reason you don't feel successful is not because you're not enough, but it's simply because you haven't given yourself space yet to be clear on what success means to you. Not to everyone else, not to your mom, not to your sister, not to the world, but what success means to you. So if you don't mind sharing, I want to hear what success means to you down below. You can comment it, maybe not. But you can also DM me on any of my socials. Yeah, that's that. Lots of love. Bye.